Hello. 9:12 a.m. Central Time, and I already forgot the date, but it's Saturday, and what is it? What is it? The 6th? Let's see. I don't know. But okay, fine. It's the 7th. All right. I'm on low battery. I just was listening to freaking Apache, and I got a call before 9 a.m. Freaking. So I turned my phone on airplane mode. It's so loud. I think I'm gonna give it up. I think I'm just gonna go off the grid. No phone anymore. And you'll be sorry. I know this, because ain't nobody gonna love you like I love you. Nobody do. And you know, I get a lot of crap for how I try to communicate with people these days. I used to be in more organized activities, so there was, you know, a for sure socializing. But I've always been long-winded. I would send page-long texts, and people would just be totally, like, honestly, here's the thing, is that my text messages used to be counted. And the number of, what do they call it? Like spaces that you could use in a text message were limited. And not just that, but you know, like, I've always had my anxieties about data and stuff like that. And so for me to go in and be like, nah, you're gonna find out right now. Because I would abbreviate so that I could get the message out. You know, instead of typing YOU, you just type you, and like stuff like that. So I've had my fair share of like prioritizing my expressions, and so to endeavor to divulge it's not just about being you know, like amusing or like entertaining. It's because I had to financially like put a value on what I was saying, you know, and it really motivated me to speak very directly, and and so yeah, I don't know what I was about to say, actually. I just forgot. I'm out of coffee. I'm expecting Amazon today. I do have a little bit left on a gift card for this shop over here around the corner. But, you know, it's just, it's different from, like, alcohol, where, like, I can feel what my threshold is. Coffee for me is just sort of like if it doesn't, you know, set you off pretty much, you know, right away, it's not really gonna, but it's a commitment, you know. I don't know, it's 9. I don't usually drink coffee that late. I was over at Calvert's last night, and this guy was telling me he has 3 coffee breaks in the day. And I'm like, that sounds insane. But then financially speaking, I brew one big pot because that is the most economical way to do things. So I'm like, do I want coffee at 3 different times? Fuck you, man. Fuck you. No. I'm good. All right. But anyways, I just bought a mushroom coffee. And so I am going to try something different. But yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting the same thing out of it. I'm doing other things differently too. I bought a ton of fruit. And no, not much else because that's how it goes. I never do this. I never did this. I don't know if you guys have seen that they've been making flavored grapes, which I think is very provocative. And I've had cotton candy grapes a few times. I actually was gifted those when I was in New York, and I was like, what's happening? But I bought more the other day. They had like, what do they call it? Candy hearts or something, and like berry flavored, I don't know, something. So I did try one of them so far. It wasn't exactly, but it's still just like they're making cosmic apples and like stuff like this. And I'm like, okay, all right, let's go. But yeah, so I'm just noshing, and it's warmer today. You know, I just find it amusing because I really am a very like high functioning person. And so part of my reservation about going out is that there's so much less that I can do. I was trying to put it into like, you know, some sort of, what to call it, like equation factors. And to me, it's like, you gotta be able to take care of your business when you get to where you're going. And, you know, it's not to say it's gonna be exactly as much, but for me, first thing that I consider is like, you know, to what degree of duress will I be able to, you know, tend to myself? And then the next thing is, you know, is there, you know, inspiration? Which goes in tandem with having a cool environment. So it's like, okay, can I take care of myself? Do I feel like doing things? And does it look cool? Can I take care of myself? Do I feel like doing things and does it look cool? You know? It's hard because, you know, I don't generally, you know, I usually don't go out to show up like I'm, you know, in charge of the domain. I don't need that. I don't need to have, you know, control to have fun. What I do need is to actually like the people that I'm with. This just in, shocker. But if I don't feel like, you know, flattering someone, it's not as fun. Or it's not fun at all, actually. Let me go back. It's not fun at all if there's not someone worth, like, impressing. That's how I feel. And so, not just that, you know, I get to set the music. I get to, you know, take a break when I want to. I get to, you know, do a 180, switch it up. And those are all things that I consider, you know, when when I have to venture out, usually alone, you know. And so I'm just very susceptible to my environment that way. And that's pretty much the only gain. That's the only thing, is that I get to go out and prove that I am a functioning human. I'm not a crackhead, and I'm not a crybaby. I do cry a lot, but basically, you know, I have my faculties, and also, you know, I appreciate the, you know, respect where I get it, because I do know how to do some things. There's a lot of things I don't know how to do, but my opinion is that you probably don't really know how to do it that well either, you know? If you couldn't teach it or share it or, you know, uh, popularize it, you're probably not doing it that well. So, that's just to say that things get really stuffy, they get really stagnant, because people are so flattered that they're comfortable, or at least that they're, you know, acting well enough to convince others that they are. That's not good enough for me. You know, it's not just about, you know, opening a window now and then. It's also about taking a risk and doing something different, whether that is, you know, trying new music or, you know, rearranging the furniture. It's necessary. And that is what really proves to serve as, you know, a motivation to congregate, to gather. People do come for the space, you know, especially if you're, you know, somebody who is quarantined or in isolation and things. You can bring yourself. I used to go to the beach just by myself all the time. And so it's not because it's fun, it's because it's healthy, and because you get to, you know, you get to be a little adventurous. And that's not exactly the makings of fun, but it is the makings of character and integrity. And strong people, you know, I think are a good example of someone who should be able to tell you how to have a good time. And generally, you know, if these things aren't happening, it's because there is some failure, you know, either some insecurity or instability. And at the end of the day, that is why I go out. Because I know that it ain't much better than where I'm at. And I do feel like I have, you know, like a lot of agency over my space here. And that's because of effort, singularly. And I can do that elsewhere. And guess what? I do think you'd be better for it. So